What's up, guys? Here we are. We're having a power hour session in Vulcan 7. We are calling out in the Tampa. Out in the Tampa market. Right now, it is almost 7 o'clock out there, so it is perfect time to be smiling and dialing. And that's what we're doing.
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. Blanco.
Hello. Yes, wrong number.
I was trying to reach Vincente or Mrs. Blanco.
Yeah, they had this number. I had this number for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh, do you get calls for them often?
Not as much as before, but yeah, I just started getting calls again yesterday.
It's about the property they're selling, so that's probably why you always get calls about it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make sure we don't call you again unless you're buying or selling some property we can help you with.
Not now.
Okay, well, have a good evening.
You too, thank you.
All right. You never know. You don't know unless you ask. Closed mouths don't get fed, especially in my house.
You have reached the voicemail box of 504723403.
So what we're doing here is we have the sound coming through my Bluetooth, and the mic here is how they are we're using for a mic. And I'm doing that for the sole purpose of doing these lives here, so you guys can get a hearing both sides. And sometimes I'm a little hard of hearing, so it helps with that too. So I'll make sure we have everything set up properly. All right, there we go.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep.
So for what we do in the evenings and afternoons for my clients is we do a power hour. So I've been in the power hour here for about 30 minutes now. No real decent conversations yet. But it's about 7 o'clock out there, so it's prime time for calling for expireds and FSBOs.
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. Chavez.
Yes.
It's Jeremy with Frank Albert Realty. Giving you a call about that property you were selling a few months ago on Galleria.
It was a year ago, and it's not for sale now.
Oh man, do you still own the property?
I do.
So we have a lot of buyers in the area, and I was just curious because if you can get the right price, would you consider selling?
No,
No?
not at this time.
When would be a better time for that?
Okay? I don't know. I said not at this time. I have no idea.
Well, I
might
wasn't.
be dead before I sell it. Okay? Thanks for
Well, I wouldn't
calling.
expect you to make any decisions right now, but would you be open to seeing how we do our business, and then in the future you have it on hand?
No, not at this time. Thank you.
Okay, well, maybe some other time. She kept saying, not at this time, not at this time, not at this time. So I'm trying to figure out which time is good. She could have easily just hung up, but she kept saying, not at this time, not at this time, not at this time. So I just said, not at this time. And so I'm doing a live right now on Instagram. Dead for now is what we say. We move on to the next. That's what we do, guys. It's not at this time. I'm like, which time's better? Which time's better? She's like, not at this time. I'm like, well, I'm going to wait till you hang up. And then sooner or later, she hung up. So that's all good. On to the next. Hello, Mr. Zelansky?
Yeah.
It's Jeremy over at Frank Albert Realty. I spoke to you last year about that property on Beacon Hill Drive. Do you still own that?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question. Did you change your plans about selling the property?
No.
Okay. Because as you know, market's super hot right now, and I was curious to see if you can get the right price. Would you entertain selling it?
Probably not at this time.
When would be a better time?
Well, I've only lived here a year, so.
Gotcha. Well, it looks like, and you may be the new owner, but last year it was on the market, and somebody from our team spoke to the owner. And I was calling because right now, as you know, or the market is a seller's market. It's really hot. We have a lot of buyers who are looking in the area. And so I wanted to see if you'd be okay with us running some numbers for you, presenting those numbers to you as far as a valuation. And then if it made sense, we can go from there. And if not, at least you have that information on hand there.
Sure.
Okay. You said you've been there a year. When did you buy?
Last December or last November, I believe.
Okay. And it looks like the information I have, when it was on the market for $379. How much did you pay for it?
$365.
Okay, so you got it down a little bit there. And hypothetically, if we could if the numbers made sense to you and you did get it sold, what would be your plans? To relocate, or would you stay in the area?
Depends on what's available.
Gotcha. Well, let me do this. I know I called you out of the blue here. I don't mind at all. This evening, what I'll do is I'll run some numbers, and tomorrow I'll email them over to you. And then what I can do is have one of our specialists reach out to go over those with you. And then that way you have it on hand. What's the best email for you?
MATTLARDIE@AOL.com.
Still using that old AOL account, huh?
That's it.
Nothing wrong with that, man. I still have mine. So I have MATTLARDIE at AOL.com.
That is correct.
Okay, I'm Jeremy. I'm with Frank Albert Realty, and what I'll put in there is our resume, a link to our website, as well as a link to our sister company, which is a staging company. The reason why we're able to sell so much property in the area is just the way we market property. We're able to get them sold quickly for the most the market will allow for. Now, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, and I don't expect you to agree to anything at this moment. What I'll do is we'll run the numbers, shoot them over to you, and then it's usually this time in the evenings good for a phone call?
Yes.
Okay. Does this phone get text messages, the one I called, the 495-1184?
Yep.
Okay, I'll text you as well, and then we'll just figure out a time tomorrow that works for you, and so we can go over those numbers with you and establish a relationship with one of our listing specialists, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, and quick question, and I'll end on this. Let's say everything made sense, and we get the property sold for top dollar for you. Would you be willing to give Frank Albert Realty a good review on our social media?
If I had a good experience, yes.
Awesome. That's all I'm asking for, the opportunity. So I'll get this information over to you. I'll talk to one of our specialists, and tomorrow around the same time, we'll hop back on a call, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks. And if you didn't notice, I didn't notice before I called, but that was an old listing from July of 2019. So here's the thing. He wasn't even the person who had it listed. He bought that property from the person that had it listed, okay? Now, that's a cold call. As cold as they get. So what we're doing here, it's basically a, what you call, it's like an old expired or old off-market listing. So what we're going to do, we're going to prepare a CMA. One of our specialists will do that. I'm going to get it in a PDF format, like a CMA type thing. We'll email it over to him. As long as the numbers make sense, he's willing to at least listen. And as long as the numbers make sense, if he's willing to listen, our team will be able to present a strategy that is basically able to get that property listed, get it sold, and then help him find a new property as well. But we'll take it one step at a time, get the numbers together for him, email it over to him, and then we'll move on to the next. I'm Jeremy Marquez, J Marketing. I call, you close more real estate listings, or we call more real estate listings. Shoot me a DM, look at the link in the bio, has a bunch of work of mine in there, as well as a link to my calendar. I have 2 openings right now for top realtors or brokers or teams that want to utilize my service. Have a good day, guys. Woo!